Hello, it is the Friday evening of East Anglia Yarn Festival. I'm all set up. It was a bit of a stressful setup, but well, I mean, it wasn't stressful. The setup itself was absolutely fine. Yeah. But yes, we're all set up. We've had dinner. The tiny lady's fed. We've discovered she likes mushy peas. So that's exciting. And I'm about to get ready to go to the big stitch night, which should be good fun. And I think I'm going to cast on a new baby jumper for the occasion. For that tiny baby. And it should be good fun.
To win, that's on your video.
Good morning, good morning. It's Saturday, it's day one of East Anglia Yarn Festival. We are breakfasted. It's a bit early, but Selina's car broke down on her way down from Sheffield yesterday. So I'm going to go across now, see if she needs any help setting up. And if she doesn't, then I'll just be decoration. But I'm excited. Let's go. As you can gather, Selina did not need much help from me setting up. I purposefully tried not to look too closely at Selina's yarn when I first got there because I knew I wanted to buy it, and so I was just chatting to her and focusing on her, and then we needed to rearrange her grid wall because they were put together wrongly. I don't really know. So we had to hoik everything off, so it meant I actually got a much closer look at her yarn than I'd intended, and then I wanted to buy all of it. But I love walking around the yarn festival before it's opened, filming the stands. Some of them haven't quite finished setting up, so I did try to not film those ones, or if there were blue IKEA bags of yarn anywhere, I tried not to include those. So these stands, Creative Anarchy and Pigment and Ply, both had samples that they put out, but they weren't out yet. So some of these stands aren't quite finished. It is quite early on the Saturday, but I like to walk around filming it before the yarn show opens for a couple of reasons. One, I've discovered that a lot of indie dyers feel quite uncomfortable about being on camera, which I completely understand. I get that completely. So they don't want to be filmed. And two, I'm sorry if you can hear my washing machine in the background. Two, I'm then not filming random people, because random people also don't necessarily like to be filmed, and that there's often children around, and I don't want to be filming children. So I try to keep filming to when the market is, before the market's open. I managed to get quite a good chunk. There are some clips later, which is when the market is open. But also because I'm on the stand, and it was particularly, I feel like I was on my booth more than I have been in previous years. Previous years I tend to just sort of go and wander off for a little bit and then come back to Mario and stand for a bit and then go and wander off for a little bit and whatnot. But yeah, so my parents were around looking after the tiny one this weekend, which is so incredibly helpful. So the tiny one was around the market, so I hung around on the market more, because if Mario took the tiny one off to, for example, give her lunch, then I had to stand on the stand because my parents didn't know how to work the card machine or anything like that, which is absolutely fine. And so yeah, it was just a bit of back and forth, and then I obviously had to whip her off to feed her and all of the fun, exciting things. But one of the things that I love about East Anglia Yarn Festival is the range of vendors. Morningstar Makes was new this year, and they have such a beautiful, I have deep regrets not getting Druid stitch markers. I really should have done. I have deep regrets not getting them. Also, these candles are stunning. And yeah, I just love the range of vendors. It makes it so exciting. I've had some people ask me why this is the yarn festival that I like to do, and I won't lie. It's for one of the reasons is because it's my most successful financially. The other reason is because a lot of my friends do it, and I want to see my friends and hang out with them, and I think that's okay. And then the other reason is because Laura is such, I know she is also my friend, and so I might be biased in saying this, but I'm trying to stay as objective as possible. She cares so deeply about her vendors doing, like, selling well, doing well, being successful, whatever success means to the individual, and cares so much about us as vendors, looking out for us, running around like a headless chicken all weekend, checking in on us, bringing little bags of sweets round when the energy starts to dip, and double checking that we're okay. The volunteers also are absolutely fantastic, and they'll just pop along, say, can I get you anything? Do you need any help with anything? And it's just such a big shift from some of the other yarn shows that I've done. I'm not going to name any names, but I've not done that many yarn shows. So, yeah, it's just a big shift. And I feel like her attentiveness has kind of ruined other yarn shows for me now. I would like to do the Wool Monty again. I've not done that since 2022. Must have been 2022. And yeah, so it'll be nice to do that one again, because that one is just up the road in Sheffield. But yeah, and then I just get to stand and knit a lot of the day. I try not to stand behind a table or anything. I try to stand out of my booth so people can see this is where I am. Hello. And yeah, good times. Hello. It is 2:30. Got 2.5 hours left. I'm flagging slightly. Maria's doing a tea run. I used to do a bit of a restock of some of these, and of course I've not made enough of some stitch markers. The ones that I've made loads of, I haven't sold that many of, and then the ones that I made fewer of have sold really well. So isn't that always the way? Frustrating, but that's okay. It's been a very good day so far today, which is always very nice. But yeah, 2.5 hours left to go. Feels like a bit of a long day, but it's good. It feels good. But yeah, just need to do a bit of a restock and a rejig, and I need a tea because I've not had enough today, surprisingly. And yeah, Right, day one is done. Time to go back to the hotel room and stare at a wall for a bit. Pretty sure Mario's taking the tiny one to get some dinner, so I can just decompress for a minute, and we'll hopefully get some dinner with some other yarny people a bit later and do some knitting and stuff. We shall see. But yeah, it's been a really good day today, which is good. Taken about £2,500, which is really, really good. More than I took Saturday last year, which is good. Sunday is always a slower day. That's usually the day I go shopping and film more stands and stuff. So yes, I'm excited. Hello, I'm back at the room. It looks like chaos in here. I'm not quite sure what exploded, but something did. It's just... Anyway, Mario and the tiny lady have just enjoyed their dinner. So I'm just having like 2 minutes before they come back. And I'm, yes. Yeah, I've just booked dinner. I'm going with Selena and her sister through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. And then Sierra of Balliora Yarns. So that'll be good. That'll be nice, seeing all of them. And yeah, it's just having like 2 minutes decompression before I'm joined by a baby who hasn't seen me all day. I went and sat with them and held her, and she was being very clingy, bless her. I think that's because she was hungry. But yeah, it's been a really good day. Really, really good day. So hopefully we have another good day tomorrow. And then if we have another good day tomorrow, I'll be on track to beat what I... Well, I've already beaten what I took last year on a Saturday, which is good. Really good. So we're on the right track, which is nice. Because I always set myself the unrealistic task of beating what I took the year before, even though it's completely out of my control. But I was just saying to various people 2 things. One, I wish it ended an hour earlier, both today and tomorrow. I wish, because it went on till 5 today, which is long. 10 till 5 is a really long time, so I wish it finished at 4. And then tomorrow it's finishing at 4, which is also long, because I wish it finished at 3, because I've got to pack down and drive back. But I was saying to several people, like, my takings have been quite good, so I'm not complaining in the slightest. So it's great, but I've still got loads of yarn left, so I'm not quite sure what's happened. Stitch markers have sold really, really well, but that isn't where the bulk of my income at yarn shows comes from. It is from yarn, because there's only so many stitch markers I can make. And of course, the ones that sold really well last year that I made more of haven't sold as well this year. And then the ones I didn't make as many of this year have sold really well. So it's always the way. It's always the way. But I might just try to recover up some of these spots and have a bit of a spruce. And then, yeah, go back out. Mario is going to stay here with the tiny one while I socialise, because he's a good egg. Yeah, it won't be a late night at all. I'll probably tap out at 9 o'clock. Need to sleep. Hopefully the tiny lady lets me sleep like she did last night. That would be very helpful. We'll see. Anyway, this is a terrible shot. Yes. In a bit. Good morning. How are we doing? It is Sunday, the 16th of March, day 2 of East Anglia Yarn Festival. I'm just walking in today. Never walked in before, but the tiny lady woke up at 5:30 this morning, and she's a bit grizzly. She's not feeling 100%, and she's got a cold, and I've caught it too. It's a really fun time, but I've left her with Mario, and then he'll do the handover to my parents, and hopefully she'll perk up a bit when I'm not there. We'll see. But I'm just walking in. What time is it? 9:15. Hoping to be able to walk around, film some footage, and restock my stand and just do a bit of sprucing. My stitch markers got pilfered yesterday, which is obviously a good thing because people were buying them, which is always nice, but I need to sort of have a bit of a rejig because I have some empty gaps, which is less than ideal, but that's okay, it's fine. Yarn is selling slower, but it was still a really good day yesterday, so I'm not complaining at all. I'm excited for day 2. Sundays at yarn shows are always much slower. This is when the vendors do their shopping. We all walk around and chat to each other. And then we want to buy something, like, oh, they're not on their stand. Okay, well, I'll come back a bit later. Yeah. So hopefully I'll be able to have a chance to wander around, buy some bits for giveaway prizes for those in Patreon. I'm going to do prizes for both the chai latte tier and the biscuit brew crew tier, because I don't need any more stash, but I like buying yarn. So how I get around this is I buy yarn and then I give it away to you, because we all have a yarn haul and I love sharing yarn that I've bought. So yeah, I'd never walked from the hotel before. I don't know why I hadn't walked from the hotel before, but it really wasn't that far. I should do that more often. Look at this beautiful yarn. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, also this, absolutely stunning. It was so lovely catching up with Sierra. And her partner John. I haven't actually spoken too much with them. We're in a Discord together, and like I've sent the odd DM, but we haven't had like intense chats. She's from the US. Her and her partner live in Ireland, and they're both just so lovely. And yeah, Selena and her sister also very, very nice. It's really funny because Selena and her sister look very opposite to one another, which is really, really fun. Because Selena is very pastel, her sister is very not, and it was a fabulous juxtaposition. I have so many, I didn't actually film it, I have deep regrets not going back to Pixie Yarn later in the day and buying a skein of boucle. There was a skein of boucle that I really, really wanted. It was absolutely stunning. But I put it back down. I was like, I'll come back. And then I never went back. And I have deep regrets. But then at the same time, what am I going to knit with a single skein of boucle? Also, quite a lot of people had fibre this year. I've had some people ask me if I would consider selling fibre. And it's not something I've considered dyeing. Mainly because when people were asking me, it was when I was pregnant. And I was like, you know what I don't want to do? Add a new thing. I don't want to add a new thing into the mix. One of the two. And oh my goodness, I also regret not getting one of these tie-dye bags. I really want to do some tie-dye. Maybe I'll do some tie-dye this summer. I love a bit of tie-dye. And what was I saying? Fibre. Yes. Jess Skein and Stitch has some beautiful blends of fibre. They feel really nice on the hand. And Libby of Needle and Thread also has some gorgeous fibre. There was one particular pastel shade that she had that made me wish I span. Unfortunately, I do not spin, so I left it where it was, because I'm not just buying fibre for a hobby I might pick up. Maybe that was an error, maybe it wasn't, but I love how fibre looks, but I can't just buy fibre for decoration. I feel like I should have the basics of spinning before I buy fibre, and I don't have the time to learn to spin right now. Especially because I think it's a matter of time before the tiny lady gets mobile. Could be wrong. It might be a while. But yeah. Oh, Emma's kids. Oh, it was nice. It was nice being next to her, because we would chat like when we worked at the bead shop together. That's how we met. We worked at the bead shop Nottingham together. And so it was nice hanging out next to each other. Because it was like old times. And yeah, just doing a little bit of a restock. Next year, I'm going to put a bit of masking tape on the bag telling me what's in it, so I don't have to open every single bag to find the right base. Hello, I was meant to film us packing down, but I forgot, because I'm tired and I'm ready to go home. But I'll chat to you in a bit. It's all a bit hectic, everyone wants to leave. But it's been a really lovely weekend and I've had a really lovely time. But I will catch up with you in a bit. Hello. It is Monday. I don't think I filmed as much footage as I wanted to over the weekend. Vending with a baby, very different experience, as I'm sure you can imagine. And even though she wasn't attached to me all weekend, she very much was about. And just, you know, on my mind and whatnot. So It is Monday today. I haven't taken a couple of days. It is the next day. I hope that you're well. The drive back yesterday, absolutely fine. I need to adjust this angle. You're very in my face. So it is Monday. I was going to take a couple of days and then film this, but you know what? I'm doing it today. The drive back yesterday was absolutely fine. The tiny lady slept a lot of the way. She's got a stinking cold, so that's less fun, but she slept most of the way. She cried a little bit, standard babies, and then she slept a lot last night, and she's just a grizzle bum today because she obviously doesn't feel 100%, but that's okay, bless her. We're about today, we're not doing too much today, but it was a very good show. Yes, I have the unrealistic expectation every year to take more than I did the previous year. Now, that is unrealistic because that isn't necessarily going to happen. I don't up my prices every single year, and therefore me thinking I'm going to end up selling more every single year is not the norm. Is it? I don't know. Who knows? So it is an unrealistic expectation that I have of myself, and one that I do need to adjust in the future. Yes, but this year I did actually end up taking more than I did last year. So it has been my most successful show to date. I took a total of £3,900-ish, just under, which is incredible. And last year I took about £3,000, so taking that much more this year is wild. It is vastly my most successful show ever. Before I did East Anglia Yarn Festival, the other yarn shows that I did, I always took under about £2,000, apart from Yarndale, where I took just over £2,000. Anyway, but it's wild how good this weekend was. And I don't just mean that in a financial sense. Before I did the yarn show, I was thinking maybe I won't do it next year. It's an awful lot of work. Is it going to pay off? Because the thing is, yes, I made quite a lot of money this weekend, but also I've done nothing but prep for this yarn show since January, which means the only income that I've had for my channel is Patreon and YouTube, but YouTube January and February payments are terrible because it's after Christmas, and also I don't make that much money on YouTube anyway. It's better than nothing, but it's not much at all. But and then Patreon income doesn't cover what I pay myself, so it's one of those where is it worthwhile doing financially in that regard? So should I do it in the future? Is it going to be more difficult once this tiny lady that I have gets older? Blah 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 blah. But after yesterday I was like, yeah, I would really like to do it again if I'm accepted next year, that is. Who knows? One can dream. But I had such a lovely weekend chatting to friends and chatting to customers, and even people who just came up to say hello, say that they watch my videos, that they've watched me make these stitch markers, they've watched me dye this yarn, and just have a chat to me. And I really do love it. I said it to a few of you this weekend. I understand that I know people watch my videos because I see the numbers of views go up, but there's something really lovely about putting a face to those numbers, if that makes sense. It makes it feel like, oh, there are actual people watching my videos. Amazing. And it just, I don't know, it's nice. I like it. Not to mention, I have yarn dyer friends from all over the country, and it's amazing for us all to sort of meet in one place and hang out. And whilst we don't get to like chat hugely during the show, a lot of people vend on their own, and therefore they can't just go for a wander and have a natter for ages. It is nice to have that time to just have a catch up. It was especially special this year. Selena of Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. came. She had a bit of a dramatic journey to the Yarn Festival. His sister's car broke down on Friday. Selena is British but has lived in Norway, I think she said, for the last 8 years, maybe longer, and has found, like, she has her family over there, she lives there and all of that. I wish she lived closer, but that's also a whole separate issue. And I had Emma of Make and Fable next to me, and then Selena was on the end, and so she wasn't far away at all, so I was able to pop down and have a chat with her and hang out and stuff in person, which was so lovely. And we all went out to dinner together on the Saturday night, and it was just nice to have a catch up in person, not just over voice notes on Instagram. So it really was a really special weekend and really, really good, and I really, really loved it. And now I just want to cast on all the projects. Does anyone else get like this after a yarn show? You see people walking around in all of the projects they've knit, and like, I want to make all of these things now. A doppio is definitely something that I want to make, and yeah, so actually time to knit some of my stash, I think, but that's enough nattering from me. Do you want to see what I bought? Yeah. I bought 2 things for myself. I got 2 things for myself, I should say. And then the other things I am going to be doing a little giveaway. So shall we do the stuff that I bought for myself first? Or got for myself? Emma of Make and Fable has bead mats. She said we work together at the bead shop. We're friends in real life. We meet semi-frequently. We need to meet more frequently. She literally lives just down the road in the figurative sense. Like 20 minutes away. Really not far. A bus journey. And yeah, she saw we worked together at the bead shop. That's how we met. That's how we became friends. And yes. So she saw the bead mat that I'd been posting. That was 11 years old. And she said, they're not meant to last that long. They're not that expensive. Please just take a bead mat. I said, no, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. And she was like, just take one. So I just took one. And yes, I have a new bead mat. I'm very excited. Very excited. Thank you, Emma. I will do a great change of the bead mat. I'm a bit worried to move my old bead mat because I'm worried that if I pick it up, it's just going to go into dust because it is old. It's very old. The other thing that I got for myself... Oh no, this box is falling apart. Well, I might have to do a little mend of that box. I'll do it in a minute. Anyway, the other thing that I got for myself / for Mario, he has discovered he's not a massive fan. Right, if you've been here a while, Mario is my husband, and I knit him a hat every Christmas, and he wears them a lot. The hat that I knit him this past Christmas is already starting to look a little fuzzy because he wears them a lot. And he was looking at various yarns and he was like, I don't think I like variegated yarn. And I was like, that's absolutely fine. And then he held up the orange one and he was like, but I really like this one. I'm like, right, that's a tweed yarn. Perfect. So Eden Cottage Yarns was directly opposite. So I got this is the Keswick DK. Keswick. DK in the colourway Stone. And it is 75% superwash merino, 15% nylon, 10% nips. It's 225 metres per 100 grams. And yes, it's just a very neutral, one could say boring, tweed yarn. And yes, he likes it, so we got it. And that's what I got for myself. Because, as I said at the beginning of the year, I don't need more stash. I don't need more yarn. Would it be nice to have? Would I like to have more yarn? Yes to both. But is it a necessity? No, it is not. So, have I fixed it? I fixed it. Right. The rest of this yarn that I have is going to be given away. One of you lucky lot is going to win it. I know. And then I've also got prizes for Patreon. So, yeah. I bought this beautiful skein of BFL tweed. Does it have a colourway information? Oh, that's smart. She's put a QR code on her yarn label for care instructions. Oh, Libby, you're so smart. So this is needle and thread hand-dyed yarn. It was her first time vending at East Anglia Yarn Festival. And it's lovely Libby. This beautiful purple colour. This is on her BFL tweed base, which is 85% Blueface Leicester, 15% Donegal Nep, 400 metres per 100 grams. And I believe it's not a named colourway, but is absolutely stunning. Sort of purples, and then yellows and orangey tones, and I just absolutely loved it. I loved it. Yes. Next up, I got these from Selena of Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. She gave me a little mystery goodie bag. I don't know what's in it, so you'll find out before I do. And she has a new collection that is going to be coming out in April, I believe the beginning of April, the first few days of April, which is based on Greek gods and goddesses. And so I picked a couple of colourways from that collection. I'm just tidying up the skeins because they got a bit nushed in the car journey home. That is on me, that's not on her, that is 100% on me. So this is Calliope on her Romantasy sock base. This is 75% superwash merino, 15% nylon, so it's 425 metres per 100 grams. It's so incredibly soft. And yes, if you know Selena's yarn at all, you will know she is the queen of pastels, even though a lot of the yarn that I have from Selena in my stash is not pastels, because I'm not necessarily a pastel person, although I was very tempted by some of her fluff. But yes, we've got these beautiful colours. We've got pink, it's kind of like a greeny toned yarn, and we've got some gorgeous blue speckles on, and a bit of green here, and it's stunning. So alongside, to go with that, I have this Storybook Suri skein, which is 74% baby Suri alpaca, 26% silk, 300 metres per 50 grams, and this is in the colourway Anthea, which is also kind of a greeny tone. It's got some blue speckles on, but it's a bit more grey, and I just think it coordinates beautifully with this. Thought they went very well together, so someone is going to win these. Plus this mystery, I don't know what's in it, very exciting. Next up, I did a swap with Henny Penny Makes, who's also opposite me. She had these scrappy and soft cowl kits, so you get the pattern for the cowl, get a skein of Cloud, which is her Suri base, 300 metres per 50 grams Suri, which is 74% baby Suri alpaca, 26% silk, and you get a bunch of minis. So this is her standard sock, which doesn't say on here, but I believe is 75-25 superwash merino nylon. That's most people's sock base. But they're already wound for you in, I think it's 15 colours. And I thought that that would be really, really fun to do. And yes, you get the pattern as well. And it all comes together in a nice little bundle. And then final bundle, I popped along to James Makes Yarn. James Makes Yarn, and we had a nice little natter. This is his, oh, it doesn't have a base name. It's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, chunky in the colourway Beanie Babies. And I really wanted to buy some of this yarn for myself, but I was trying really hard to not add to my stash, which is why I love buying yarn and giving it away, because I get the thrill of buying it and the thrill of giving it away, so it's great. This is 70 metres per 100 grams, so it's great for a nice chunky hat. Thought a nice chunky cabled hat or something would be very nice. And then to go alongside it, I thought I would pop along to Emma of Make and Fable and grab you a Stitch in Time stitch marker kit. You get the 5 different colours of cord, and you can make 5 little macrame stitch markers. and I thought that they went quite well together. And if you're doing like a cable tap or something like that, fun. No? Maybe just me that thinks that? Cute. I thought that's a cute combo. These will be given away on Patreon. 2 prizes for the Biscuit Brew crew, 2 prizes for the Chai Latte crew. And yeah, I'll be drawing them next week and messaging you on Patreon. But Selena of Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co was also very kind and donated this lovely prize. So I am going to give it to one of you lovely lot. I'll pop a Google form in the comments down below and you can fill it out. And I will contact you via email. Please make sure that it is actually me contacting you. I will never ever ask you for money. But it is like a little spring minis box, which are really cute. They're getting blown out terribly. I don't want to hoik everything out, but you get some little heart stitch markers, which are really cute. Some needle stoppers, which are she got from me, little strawberry needle stoppers, adorable. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little, are they mini skeins? I think they must be 5 20-gram mini skeins in varying colours. So I'm going to hold them up and then try really hard to fit them back in the box. So we have this, they're all on her Romantasy sock base. So this is Strawberry Lemonade. So this is 75, 25 superwash merino nylon. I'll leave them out and pop them back in. And then we've got Pineapple Princess, which is really cute. It's a good yellow. They're getting a bit blown out, I'm sorry. Then we've got Lavender and Honey Ice Cream. This is making me hungry, it's lunchtime. I got leftover Dominoes from last night. Blueberry Pie. And then Wild Violet Fizz. Ooh, delightful. I'm just going to take a minute to put all these back in the box. This is when I can't do it and I've made a grave error lifting it out of the box. I did it, I did it, I did it. So yes, if you would like to be, I will ship this anywhere you live, internationally. Now the box itself might get a little bit nushed, but it's the Spring Picnic gift set. I do apologise. She's got it on a sticker on the bottom. It's the Spring Picnic gift set. The box might get a bit nushed, but I will try my best to keep it from getting nushed en route. But if you'd like to win one of these boxes, please fill out the form. I will leave it in the comments. If you're not sure if it's me that's messaged you, double check, message me somewhere else, and I will let you know if it is me or if it's not me. Do not give any payment information to anyone because I will not ask you to give me any money. Anyway, hello, editing Hannah here. Something else, 2 other things that I got that I completely forgot to share with you. First off, bottle of soak in the fig scent, nice big bottle. I got that from Jess, Skein in the Stitch, and yeah, I love this smell. It's my favourite one. And then at the Big Stitch night, when you buy a ticket to go, they have little goodie bags with mini skeins in. You get your raffle ticket in there. And then this year as well, you got a little enamel pin. So this was the mini skein that I got. It is from Robin of the Crafty Bird. And it's a gold stellina, and it's just a beautiful sort of berry red colour, very nice. And then this super cute Crafty Sloth enamel pin from Hook and Light. And it's a little sloth knitting a sock. So cute, so cute. You can see a bit better there. Absolutely adorable. Anyway, back to the video. It has been such a lovely weekend. I had such a good time. It was definitely worth all of the work and effort to get there. I couldn't have done it without my parents helping me out with the tiny lady. They kept her entertained over the weekend. Brought her along. Some of you met her. Very cute. And yeah, especially because she was a bit of a grizzle bum, because she yeah, of course woke up Friday night with a cold, of course, but they kept her entertained, and yeah, I really, really appreciate it. I would love to do East Anglia Yarn Festival next year, touch wood, if they'll have me. And I was thinking, if I was prepared and organised, if I make 20 to 30 stitch markers a month, which sounds like a lot, but it's not, like 10 of a variety, then this yarn is so soft. I'm actually a bit sad that I'm giving it away. 10 of a variety, then I will, by March next year, have like 32 varieties of stitch marker that I can just take with me, because I sold out of a lot of stitch markers, which is a good problem to have, but is also a bit annoying. So I have plenty of yarn left over as well. I haven't decided on a set date for a shop update. If I have by the time I'm editing this, I will pop up on the screen. And I'm hoping to beadweave a few more stitch markers of the ones that were popular, like the geese all sold, and the pigeons with the little crown on. They sold pretty quickly, and things like that. I will try to get some more of those made before the shop update. And yeah, just because Maria is working a lot next week, and then it's April and Maria's working a lot that week, and I still need to twist and ship the mini skeins for the chai latte crew. I've dyed them up, I just need to twist them, so, and ship them and pack them and blah blah blah. So I'm not 100% sure when I will have post shop update, but it will be earlier than it was last year. Last year I had it in June, so I'll have it earlier than then, because yes, I packed an order for Selena and that put me into labour, and that's really funny. Anyway, it did. So keep an eye out on social media for that, when I'm going to have shop update and stuff. I will be launching a new collection in mid-April, and in May, Advents go on sale. All in all, it's all happening. It's all very exciting, and I cannot wait. It's going to be a really exciting year. We've had a bit of a slower start getting me back into work, but now I'm ready to hit the ground running. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm very excited. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for spending so much time with me. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, it would mean a lot if you gave it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. Let me know why. I don't mind. And if you saw me at East Anglia Yarn Festival, thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello. And if you shopped from me, a big extra thank you. I really do appreciate it. Still blows my mind that this is my full-time job and I can afford to sustain my life, our lives, doing this. It's wild to me. But thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. If you want to see more videos from me, it would be great if you subscribe. I post it every single Friday. And if you wanted to join Patreon, that would mean a lot. I'm opening up more slots to the chai latte tier, which is the mini skein tier. I will be doing that on April the 1st at 9 AM UK time. And yeah, I've also got so many videos on Patreon, because I've had a Patreon for a while now. So many videos on there if you want to do some binge watching, but you've already watched all my YouTube stuff. No pressure either way. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for being you. Don't forget to enter the giveaway if you would like to win this lovely box of goodies. I might throw in a stitch marker or two of my own. And with all that being said, oh my goodness, thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being amazing. And I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.